All right, we're live. This is our Smackdown review for September. What is it? This is the 8th,
Yes.
2023. Please hit the like button, share the stream, comment, let us know what you think about the show. Hit that bell notification. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank. Let us talk to you.
Yeah.
Right before we get into this, let's just note that LA Knight has inked his new contract. So now the push is underway until Cody Rhodes comes to SmackDown, which is the rumored trade to from Raw to SmackDown since Jey Uso is going to Raw, went to Monday Night Raw. I really hope it's not him because then they said that LA Knight is going to be the baby face on the roster for SmackDown. If you bring Cody Rhodes over, then that's not really the case. But we'll have to wait and see who exactly comes over from Raw. But LA Knight is inked, so the push is underway and it started tonight. So let's get underway. Boston, Massachusetts. No John Cena in his hometown because he's in India wrestling with Seth Rollins against who they face tonight. Oh, Imperium. Or I should say this afternoon for us. But let's get into it. Opening match of the day. They started right away. Charlotte Flair and Shotzi versus Damage Control, Io Sky and Bailey. I did find out. I did a little research because I was kind of wondering why the little Muppet that hangs around ringside with them wasn't wrestling. Turns out she did have a torn ACL and she will not be competing until 2024. So they figured, what the hell, let her come down ringside. She's moving pretty good, but she still can't get in the ring. Not that it matters if you want to see her wrestling anyway, because it's nothing spectacular. So, but in any event, I thought the match itself was okay.
That was all right.
Charlotte teaming with Asuka was, Asuka, okay. Shotzi was a bit unorthodox, at least for me. I didn't see that, kind of coming. Of course, I think she's going to turn on everybody she teams with. To me, it got interesting. Excuse me. When all of a sudden Bailey gave it away when she was going to the top rope, but she keeps looking over towards the announce table or the
Ringside.
yeah the timekeeper's table. There we go. And about two or three times she did that, and then all of a sudden you see Asuka just sitting there like a horror picture, tapping Dakota Kai, and she happens to just grab
She grabbed the
the
belt.
women's
Yeah.
title off of her. Because remember, Asuka technically, even though Bianca was the champion and then Io beat her, Asuka was still the original champion who lost the title, did not receive her rematch. Turns out after tonight, we found out in 2 weeks, Asuka will face Io on SmackDown, and that's a missed opportunity to me because I believe that needs to be on Fastlane. That needs to be on pay per view.
They'll probably have a rematch. Probably, I would imagine.
My guess is by Fastlane it's going to be another triple threat match with Charlotte and Asuka.
Yeah,
In which case it's already over because I think Io and Asuka they should just hold that off. But I mean, if you're looking for the ratings, then yeah, by all means go for it. But during all the chaos with Asuka, it happened. Shotzi wound up getting the pin on Bailey, so Shotzi's kind of on a win streak right now. So Charlotte and Shotzi are the winners. And then afterwards, Asuka got in the ring holding the women's title. Io came in the ring. They kind of put it down in between them with the stare down, and then Asuka disappeared out of the ring. So in 2 weeks' time, we're in for a hell of a match. So following this, they showed last week, I should say, all the best of Jimmy Uso, getting his butt kicked by John Cena, to messing with AJ Styles. And then later on that night,
The greatest hits tour.
yeah, thinking he's back in the bloodline, costing AJ the match against Solo. And then they show in the back, Paul was walking, in the back. Jimmy Uso's talking to him, told him that you handle AJ Styles business, I'll handle Jimmy Uso and bloodline business. And it looked like Heyman was trying to blow him off until he ran into AJ Styles, and then AJ put his hands on him, and then Jimmy attacked AJ, and Heyman just goes to his phone, call Roman Reigns, who, by the way, has hit over 1,100 days and hasn't been here for quite a while.
This is AJ Styles getting his ass whipped every week now.
And he's blaming his group, which later on, they told him don't get in bloodline business. I don't know what AJ's thinking. I don't know what the writers are thinking.
It looks like they're turning him heel. That's where it looks like it's going. I don't know.
In the midst of fighting the bloodline, yeah. Now, could it possibly
like.
be that at Fastlane, if they can do it in time, Roman defends the title against AJ Styles?
I don't think Roman's going to be on that card.
I don't think so either. He would have been back by now.
Yeah.
So now he goes all the way to Survivor Series, not even defending it there. There's no December pay-per-view. So then he winds up going to the Royal Rumble. So this is really nice. We're getting a champion that's going to be one of the tops of all time, never defending the damn title. Never even showing up either. Because when's the last time? We literally saw him, the Friday after SummerSlam, if then? I mean, it's ridiculous.
I think so, right?
He's turning into a part-time wrestler, and it's stupid.
We still have to acknowledge him, though.
You acknowledge him. I'll get in the ring and super kick him if I could. So, anyway, bottom line is Bloodline is imploding. They're crumbling down. Bobby Lashley's new group wants to take over. Judgment Day wants to take over. Let's just have a triple threat match between them all in War Games and see what happens. That would be pretty interesting if they do that. So Kayla Braxton was in the back. She interviewed Damage Control. EO challenged Asuka for the match, and obviously later on we find out in 2 weeks we'll get that match. Now, to me, the best match of the night, and I could, if we weren't going on tonight, I could have honestly just turned it off after this. It was going to be LA Knight and Austin Theory. And this is pretty impressive to have the two hottest guys literally on SmackDown going at it here and not on a pay-per-view. Now, I'm going to say this now, and as we go throughout the night, you'll remember what I said and go, well, maybe that makes sense or maybe not. I think at Fastlane, it's going to be John Cena and LA Knight versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Reason why I say that is because LA Knight has already talked his smack about Cena. Grayson Waller is going to have John Cena on his show next week. Mm-hmm. And Waller was at ringside for Theory here. And, of course, Theory's still talking trash about beating Cena at WrestleMania.
Right. LA Knight is already going to have his rematch with Miz. So
exactly. Next Friday on SmackDown.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a trilogy. I highly doubt that.
No, I think LA Knight's getting a 2 and done.
Yeah.
So I see this happening, and then what could lead up to an LA Knight John Cena match. But if you do that, you have to keep LA Knight as the fan favorite because they want him to be the top babyface. So maybe that happens, maybe that doesn't happen. I don't know. This is just what I see as from watching tonight. So LA Knight first came out talking about what The Miz did on Monday with the ridiculous thing of beating up an imaginary John Cena.
That was brutal.
Oh, my God. If The Miz has got to truly be a yes man at this point. Yes, Vince.
That was
That
was almost as bad as when Triple H came out with Katie Vick, the blow up doll. He's almost not quite.
I didn't think we were ever going to mention that again.
That was bad. Anyway.
That was pathetic. With this, I haven't seen somebody beat the crap out of something invisible since Ric Flair in WCW when he beat up his jacket. And he did it again in TNA too. So, I mean, the guy was just nuts. But LA Knight comes out talking about that. And, of course, he was about to accept Miz's challenge when out comes Grayson Waller. Out comes Austin Theory. Now the supposed greatest tag team of all time because they're undefeated.
I mean, it's true, though. They are undefeated.
How many times over the years have we heard this from two young, hungry heels?
No, but it's good. They're saying that to get heat. They don't really, they're not being serious.
Trust me, they don't need any more. They've got plenty.
Yeah, so it's good. It's funny.
And they're popular. And Vince likes them. Triple H likes them. So I mean, they're good to go. If they are going to be a tag team, I'd love to hear what the name would be. But it's
Well, how about Knight's promo, man? He took a shot at our boy Kevin Nash. What did he say? If I was an idiot, I would, because he said talking about play.
If I was I'm not here to play games.
He said if I was an idiot, I would say adjective, but I'm not. It's funny because Nash did, even though that promo was famous, he did mess up because play is not an adjective; it's a noun or a verb. So that's why he said that.
Did you look that up before the show?
No, I knew that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just learned something tonight. I forgot that.
Yeah.
But, remember Nash a few weeks back or a month back or whatever, back on social media, he decided to become relevant again and make his crack at LA Knight. Didn't he say something about he's a combination? Attitude Era Austin Rock or
He's
something
trying
like
to rip
that.
off. He's trying to rip off The Rock and Attitude Era. Like,
Why do these guys just
I don't
come out
know.
of nowhere and just try to become relevant
I don't
again
know, man.
and cause steam? That you're talking about a guy that, you know, number one, if you're going to talk about it, normally you would fight about it. You're not going to step back in the ring. So what is the point of all of this?
Not only that, Knight's paid his dues, man. He's been wrestling for 20 years.
Exactly.
Give the guy,
20 years,
give the
mostly
guy,
in TNA.
yeah, give him a break.
But now he's, you know, where the big boys play. No, I'm just kidding.
Nash, I don't care for Nash anymore. I don't even watch his podcast anymore because I just can't take it. I used to like him. I used to be a big fan of Kevin Nash. As he's gotten older, I don't know what happened to him. But
for the longest time, it used to be Bret Hart that would just come out.
Right,
oh,
yeah.
by the way, you know, I didn't even like Goldberg, or he couldn't wrestle, or
I mean, he was right.
I didn't get along with the. Oh, you know, I
was right a lot about people.
Or I didn't like this guy, or this one can't wrestle, and I'm like,
well, he was right about. You know, it's funny. He was right about.
He's right about most of it.
Yeah, he was right about what's his name? Was it Seth? It was Seth, right? He called Seth.
Yeah,
dangerous.
he hurt. Yeah, they hurt too many people.
And then like 2 weeks, later, he ended Sting's career. And then
in WWE.
Yeah, and then he hurt Balor. It was like this is right after that.
Yeah.
So like
there was Bret had the foresight by that point that Bret broke his arm getting an autograph from Seth Rollins or something.
Yeah, so
it was a funny thing. I mean, he was right about it, but some of the stuff he came out with, it's just like, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's like let
enough.
It go. I know. I get it. Well, anyway, moving along.
Moving along. So we got the match, and Grayson Waller naturally joins commentary, so you know what's going to happen here. The match between them, I really enjoyed. I want to see this again and again. Not as many times as we've seen John Cena, Randy Orton, but you get the picture. While the referee was distracted as they're on the outside, Grayson Waller jumps up, takes off the turnbuckle pad. That's going to play a significant role later on. Naturally, you know, Knight hits his elbow and eventually hits the blunt force trauma. On theory, I was really shocked that this was a clean victory. I thought this was going to be a disqualification, Waller getting involved or whatnot, or something happening, but getting it clean shocked me. And, you know, LA Knight is the victor. And then, of course, Grayson Waller tried to come up from behind, and LA Knight wasn't hearing it. So LA Knight is still on one impressive roll. So, and then following that, of course, AJ Styles in the back being interviewed about his match later on. And then coming up next, after that, it was, I thought at first they said it was a tag title match, but it wasn't. It was a non-title match. The Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Bush facing Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the newly crowned tag team champions. I love how the announcer called Damian Priest Dominic.
He fixed it though quick though. He messed up.
Yeah, but the crowd still gave it to him.
A second. Then they cut a promo. Judgment Day cut a promo. They really need to stop with Dom with pumping in the fake booze because now it's out of control.
It's gotten way too loud.
Now it's just too much. It's like, okay, you don't need to pump.
If you're at the arena right now and you're hearing him scream, you got to go, oh, they must be pumping in that stuff.
They're pumping in. It's too loud. Like it's completely drowning out. You know, let him get his regular.
You know, Judgment Day would laugh, but now it's not even funny.
It's too much, and it's like okay, that's enough.
How about even before that? Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman were in the back, and then LA Knight came in. And then, of course, Heyman's like, I'm a great admirer of yours, but the next time somebody of my statute is in, you know, the office, you know, feel free to knock. And he goes, you know, get what I'm saying? And LA Knight, yeah. So let's see where that if that goes anywhere.
They're planting some seeds. That
some really good feuds that seem to be coming out here. You know, with the OC with the Bloodline, maybe Lashley with the Bloodline. LA Knight possibly with them, so it's good to see this. So let's get Roman back and let's get the ball rolling here. Plus, I'm you know, let's find out once and for all, is Jimmy part of them or not? I mean, they're stringing us along here with this. But in any event, they showed at Payback also how Balor and Priest won the tag titles. I love how Priest said they did something that not even Roman Reigns and the Bloodline could do, and that was beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Nice little cheap shot there. So now I really do want Roman to come back. At this point now, with all the kind of with some of the heel with Judgment Day, would Bloodline be fan favored?
No,
I don't think so. I know they talked about it, but I don't see it. You might as well just leave it the way it is. If you have a heel versus heel, do it. Fans are going to cheer one way or another for whatever they want to win. So this match itself was pretty good. Butch and Holland, I like their style. You know, they're pretty good. If ever given the chance, they could probably be decent tag team champions. Pete Dunne was also a great wrestler. I mean, I followed that guy since the NXT UK tournament when he was, busting people up and fighting Tyler Bate and whatnot. So I can't wait till they change his name back to Pete Dunne because, Butch. I mean, you tell me Butch, and I'm thinking one of the Bushwhackers is showing up.
Oh, Jesus.
It doesn't fit. But this match, I mean, Balor and Priest, had to show their dominance coming off the tag team title victory. Sure enough, Damian Priest showed his dominance by hitting South of Heaven on not only Ridge Holland and Butch on Ridge Holland, and then the coup de grace by Balor on Holland, and they get the victory, and they celebrate the victory. Not short-lived, mind you, because out then comes Lashley and the Street Profits with an awesome stare down. And Lashley
you still don't have a name though.
Us.
Yeah, because he said what did he say? He said you're not the he said the bloodline is crumbling, but you're not well, I forgot exactly what
you're not running like things around
something
here.
He said we are. But he doesn't. He says us. It's us. Something like that. I'm like, is that the name? Us? Just haven't given him a name.
We'll get one. We'll find out soon.
And they just refer to them as Lashley and the Street Profits.
And they come out like they're heels, like they're all serious, but they're being cheered, like they are fan favorites.
Right.
But they act like heels.
But we'll see where that's going because
that was also very interesting to see because now I want to see Balor and Priest take on the Street Profits because if that happens, I think the Street Profits are going to be the next tag team champions.
Too early, but eventually, yeah.
Eventually, yeah. Because remember, like I said on the Monday Night Raw review, the minute Balor and Priest lose the title, all bets are off on Judgment Day. So, and then of course in the back, the OC, AJ Styles, yelling at them,
smack the phone out of this guy's hand, and
tells them don't get involved in my match tonight. And they're like, "We told you not to get in bloodline business."
So I was saying, I was like, I don't know if he's gonna be a heel or what. Like, is that where they're going with this? Or I don't know. I don't like AJ as a heel. I like AJ as a babyface. I don't know. It's just me.
I think this is AJ right now, kind of losing his mind or whatever.
Well, he's getting his ass handed to him every week now.
Seriously, even by a guy that's looks out of shape, and
he's too talented. I don't know what they're doing with him.
I don't know, but they better fix it because the fact that he hasn't been champion for a while also bothers me because the man, no pun intended, but the man is phenomenal. I mean, and he's one of the top guys you have on SmackDown, and he's getting, like you said, he's getting his ass kicked literally week after week, and you're not providing in the storyline the backup and whatnot. So I don't understand what you're doing here. So, and then, of course, they showed some of the scenes from Superstar Spectacle. I did hear that the Great Khali showed up, and he wants, and don't give it to him, but he wants one more match.
That's okay.
We'll give you Dom. How about that? You can fight Dom if you like.
I don't even.
But they Gunther actually did defend the title in India. Yeah, he fought Shanky. That doesn't tell you much, though. I did see Jinder Mahal dancing with Drew McIntyre, which I thought was pretty good. I don't know if Jinder's a fan favorite or not, but
is he still? Is he on?
Yeah,
he's still WWE.
There. He's still there.
He's still employed by them.
He's in this year. Yeah, he had him, Veer Mahan, and Shanky.
I don't even remember the last time I saw him.
Not too long ago, he did an NXT pay-per-view. Well, he went down there for a little. No, he was there only for a little bit, but he was injured.
Keep him down there. Anyway, moving on.
Don't make me bring up his title reign.
Yeah. Oh God.
I thought it was okay, despite the fact we know why he was given the title. I thought it was okay.
I just pretend that never happened.
Oh my God! Like JBL's, right?
JBL actually was compared to him, JBL was a decent heel.
He was. So. But I don't know if he's heel or not. But either way, they showed him dancing with Drew McIntyre, and then they showed John Cena, pandering to the crowd as he was victorious. Him and Seth Rollins. The fact that I see the two of them getting along and tag teaming together is weird. But in any event,
what a scumbag Cena is. Those actors are on strike, and he's still getting a paycheck from WWE. At least The Rock he's staying out of it.
Well, The Rock is worth $330 million. He doesn't need to do it.
I'm pretty sure Cena is not broke either.
No, but Cena wants to be active.
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, I would love for The Rock to come back.
I'm just saying. All right, let's move on.
let him come back and do some wrestling for the next few months on Monday Night Raw.
I don't know. I really don't care. I'm just messing around.
I know. I don't look. I don't want to see Cena here any more than you do. He's taking a spot from a guy that could use on SmackDown. But
I just don't think they're using him right. Like I wouldn't mind if Cena was back if they're using him right. I just don't like. Well, but the jury's not out because let's see where they go with him. Let's see what happens. Far,
I don't want to see him in any world title match anytime
soon.
No.
But so far, I'm not. Doesn't work for me, brother.
I know there was an interview or some right before his return that he said he wanted to go after the one title he's never had, but he's on the wrong show for that.
No, nobody wants to see that. So
I don't want to see him beat Gunther for the title. If he's the last person I want to see beat Gunther for the IC title.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't know, different shows, but draft doesn't matter.
No, the draft doesn't matter. So he didn't get.
No, he's a free agent.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. So,
but they. Last thing I'll say on it, they have him booked on SmackDown for the next 2 months.
Right.
So just tell Imperium don't show up. Mm-hmm. Our main event for the evening: AJ Styles versus Jimmy Uso. Out of shape, Jimmy Uso. I can't wrestle singles matches, Jimmy Uso. I should have had a bottle of vodka with me, Jimmy Uso. This boy is really out of shape. He's been out of shape for
a while though. Yeah.
I think
Jay gets more exposed
than him right now.
Jay's always in good shape though.
Yeah,
he's always in good shape. But I think he just gets more exposed now because he's in a solo capacity, so he's getting more exposed. Doesn't look in good shape. He was out of breath. You saw him like gasping when AJ was like, AJ had him like in some hole, and you could see like he was like,
he almost like he couldn't run with it.
Yeah,
and then of course Paul Heyman and Solo come out.
They come out, and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh god, I'm like they're gonna interfere.
Even after Heyman said that Solo wasn't there tonight.
But my thing is this: I'm like, how is he proving himself to the bloodline if the bloodline is ringside? Shouldn't they say, if you want to prove yourself to us, you got to go out there and handle your own business? Like, why would they be ringside, kind of helping him even by distraction? To me, that doesn't make sense. They should be like, you're on your own. You got to prove yourself. But anyway, AJ, I'm like, oh, he's gonna get his ass whipped again, but he actually won the match.
He hits the forearm.
Yeah.
First, he was going to hit it from one way, but then he didn't trust Solo. Yeah. So he went to the other side of the ring, hits the forearm and gets the pin.
Yeah. And
gets out of the ring before Solo even gets in there.
Yeah. And then
out of nowhere, Judgment Day attacks AJ Styles.
And he got his ass whipped again. And I was like,
and hands him over to the to the bloodline where he gets Samoa spiked. Where's the Judgment? I know Judgment Day had a rivalry with him last year when he neglected to join the group.
But that has more to do with the bloodline than it has to do with him.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know why they would be trying to make like a kind of peace offering. But it's all mind games, I think, too. It's just to keep them like guessing. I'm interested to see where that goes. But again, AJ Styles got his ass whipped again.
Yep. Even though he won the match, he was still laying on his back at the end of the night.
At the end of the night. And I'm like, what's going on? But we'll see where they're going with this. Either that, I think it was okay.
They got some interesting angles happening. We just need to see where they go.
Some stuff is, that's pretty much. So, all right, well, that's our SmackDown review. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys soon.
Take care.
See ya.